I had an anti-rush like setup idea for this A main, but it got pointed out to me that there's a good deep molly that's easy to throw. So I'm gonna go through some of my ideas for based on what I've seen. I've only like watched a couple of rounds of pro play now, so I don't really know what they're doing, but I think this is gonna be based on what I've seen and heard. I think this is gonna be what it ends up looking like in like mid-level pickup groups, where you're gonna hopefully still have someone throw this smoke here, which is gonna go into main, and the first spawn will be throwing this molly here, where the easiest way for me is to, like, when this is in the center of this gap, then you can just chuck it and it will go deep, unless it's smoked obviously, but like this is the easy deepish molly that you throw in there. And then the guy throwing the deep molly, there's a few things you can do. You can either follow it up with this just by throwing a nade in there as well. We should be doing like if let's say they're running through this, then, well, that's with no armor, but you can see that it does actually like tag them up pretty well. Got a couple of nades there and they will not be running through that molly. Another option they can do, and this is, I think, it doesn't have to be the best spawn with that deep molly, is you also can flash there and go for a fast pop play, and this flash is for in case anyone managed to sneak by somehow, or if the molly spreads, unfortunately it can leave a gap here in this corner, and in that case they can be trying to take this pick, and then that flash will get you the kill or get you across safely. This guy following up with his flash or coming here, flash is like this. Well, it's further back, so it doesn't, so it kind of, you know, yeah, but like just rushes like that, flashes like this, and then they can also just nade as well. Then obviously can still have this dude shouldn't be getting flashed from shouldn't be getting flashed from here, but because it pops like here, but it does blind this guy here. Then after that, for continuation, so now you've stopped you got the deep molly, then you had this pop, and then you had maybe a couple of nades there, so they're not probably coming out. So for continuation, what you want to do next, I think, because then this is kind of worthless unless you just if you just like hang here, then you're pretty much relying on these guys to get the multi kills, or you will be giving up that site even with a mana advantage, just because of how one and done those spots are. Well, you can multi kill from here, but it's not reliable. So then you can have someone push in here. Maybe you hang out. First one hangs out here for a while with just with the smoke pop, and then the dude who threw this util here can get here, and just by aiming at that like gray area here, flashes for this guy to get in there. Well, hopefully with a better timing, but like, and that should be like a pretty good pop flash. Not perfect, but good enough. And then they can basically switch positions where this guy now plays close and this guy is here, and they can still support each other, where there's a potential for fast push into pop. Or alternatively, they can still flash for each other, where now if this guy's pushed onto E-box, can still flash for this guy, who can be playing safe from here. And then if this is silent, then this guy can just also, like, if you hear people coming out of main, can flash for this guy, and fight with him. And also because this guy didn't smoke anything, if they're coming out of main, you can smoke this off to be able to fight with here. Like, there's not a lot of spots backside where you're actually able to fight with your teammates, so that's why I think getting control of this area is important, as well as something like playing, I don't know, playing like Red Train in here, where you can still do like play together. As for site, I think it's not gonna be a great place to play. Well, this is the CT molly, but the T molly would have covered all of that and all of this, so it's a death trap against the buy round. And then you can also say, after the start, you through the molly you're here, you have the time to also like crawl up here, and this dude who threw the initial flash here, that's too deep, whatever, can also just can also flash you into T-con. So there's a lot of like aggressive plays you can make after that initial set of utility fades, which I think will be very effective compared to just holding still, because I don't think that's what this site is made for. If you are gonna hold more passively, I think these static angles that I see people still using, just like this, aren't gonna serve you well. I think there's gonna be more focus on creating more angles, like having a smoke like this, where you can use it to create more angles for yourself, or even some, well, not that far into sandwich, but just like anything where you can use it to create more angles. Yes, I think it's gonna be like, I don't think the way to go here is gonna be for defensive smokes mid round. It's not gonna be like anything where you smoke off a choke point like here, because that just gives the T's, unless they're low on time, gives them just control of everything else that you're not watching. And then if they don't have the time, they're just gonna wait it out and have an easy time to clear out these angles anyway. So I would hold on to my smokes potentially for just creating or holding space and getting those rotations in. I think that's the most important stuff about like how to get up and what you can do up close. The other thing, like in terms of holding sight, there's a few things. Obviously this boost still exists, and you can even get there like by yourself if you're not very bad at the game like I am. I swear to God, the one time I do this on video. But anyway, like, you can do this, right? Hope for a bad smoke where you can peer over it, or whatever. But like, I think playing from back here is gonna be reserved for later rounds, essentially. it's very hard to have effective crossfires here, because let's say you're on site here, even if they don't molly you, this is gonna be smoked, and even if it isn't, it's a very narrow choke where you're effectively gonna always be held by someone while they go and trade out your guy on site. But we'll see. This is still powerful. Powerful, of course. One thing that I'm just gonna point out still is with this flash here at the start of the round, if they are mauling the round, you can use that flash to should be able to get here, and maybe if you're gonna die otherwise, you can, or like if you need to, you can smoke the molly off and have this advanced position that you can use to see if you can catch someone out and just sneak back in if you need to. Yeah, that's it for my thoughts on A site now.